No, the door's locked, mate. Why are you trying to open the door, Constable?
Sorry?
Can you give me a name and number, please? It's an absolute fallacy. Absolute fallacy. You pulled me on the accusation I was overweight. Afternoon, Constable. Hello there. No, the door's locked, mate. Why are you trying to open the door, Constable?
Sorry?
Can you give me a name and number, please? Right, I've got your number. Why are you trying to open the door?
I hope you don't intend to put that on YouTube.
It's nothing to do with whether I do or not.
Why?
Because I'm lawfully allowed to. This man stopped me for being overweight. You can clearly see I'm not overweight. It's an absolute fallacy. So we can get his bit over and done with, and then everyone will be happy.
Okay.
Right, fair enough then, Constable. Thank you very much. No problem whatsoever. No problem whatsoever, Constable.
Okay.
There's no malice or injustice towards you today.
My colleague got your driving licence.
No, he has not.
Has he requested your driving licence?
He said, and I asked him, am I obliged to give my details until he's done his bit? And he did walked off. He didn't say anything else.
You are obliged to do that. So if an officer requests your driving licence,
and if I haven't got it on me, what happens?
Obliged to do so.
And if I do not have it with me?
If you haven't, then you're required to give us your name and address and your date of birth.
I don't have to give my date of birth, Constable.
Yes, you do.
Under
If
what
you do
law?
not produce your driving licence.
Under what law?
You are obliged.
Under
to
what law,
give,
Constable?
Under the Road Traffic Act.
That's an act, Constable, not law.
Under the Road
That's an
Traffic
act, Constable.
Act.
That's an act.
The moment the officer moves toward the van door, without saying anything, the interaction immediately feels off and unprofessional. You cannot begin a conversation by taking control of someone else's vehicle and plan to justify it afterward. Then follows a weak attempt to extract information while casually referencing the Road Traffic Act, as if simply naming it gives automatic authority. J, pushing back is crucial because the law is not a free pass. It only works through precise sections with defined conditions. The officer cannot point to any specific rule because none actually applies, which is why the explanation remains unclear and the whole exchange depends on boldness rather than clear legal reasoning.
That's an act, Constable. It's an act.
Address if you cannot produce your driving
It's an act, Constable. It's an act, not law. Please distinguish it. No, it's not law of the country, Constable. It's an act made by Parliament. It's not law.
If you don't do so...
It's not law.
If you do not do so...
It's not law.
Just let me finish. If you do not do so, the officer may arrest you.
Under what law? Under what law?
He may arrest you.
Under what law?
I'm just telling you.
Under what law, though, Constable?
I'm just telling you.
Please explain under what law.
I'm just telling you what will happen. Front wheels onto the weighing plate.
Do not demand I do anything, Constable. There's nothing taking place
Put
here.
your wheels onto the weighing plate.
Is that a demand or a request? Yeah, I understand that. But why is your constable trying to open my van doors as well? What, for what lawful reason did your another constable trying to open my door?
I didn't see that, so I was inside.
Well, it's on film, so I've got it on film. I've got his number.
Now that I'm here.
Where do you want me to stop?
Now that I'm here.
Yeah, I fully understand.
You do what I ask you.
I am. I've been
compliant. I want to get you on your way.
Yeah.
I need to see the weighing certificate on the side of your car. Is that all right?
You know this van don't do it. I've got the MOT in here somewhere, so I'll give you that.
I need to know your weights.
I'll give you the MOT. That says it on it.
MOT, what are the weights on it?
Right, no, constable. I'm not overweight.
I need to see your weights.
I'm not overweight.
I need to know if you've committed an offence or not. And
I'm not
overweight.
overweight.
Long enough to make sure you have.
The story keeps shifting because there is no real foundation behind it. One moment there is talk of arrest, and the next there is still no clear offense or legal authority explained. Threatening someone with arrest without stating a reason is not exercising authority. It is intimidation meant to pressure compliance where the law provides none. Then another officer arrives and asks for a weighing slip to see if any violation has actually occurred, which reveals the truth. You cannot threaten action first, and only then look for proof. If the van were truly overweight, the officers would already know the exact legal basis they were using and would not have to guess as they go. The van is not overweight, and there is no legitimate reason for the claims being made.
I've not been over.
Let me see the weight on
Yeah,
your
so
door.
you can gain access to the vehicle while I'm in here, Constable. That's all it's to do with.
You can let me open the door.
Am I overweight?
Without checking your plate, how can I tell?
Am I overweight?
I need to see your weights on your vehicle to know what you're allowed. I can't make it up.
Got the logbook here.
It won't be on your logbook.
It will. The van weight's on the logbook.
Okay. May I look at that then?
The van weight's on the logbook.
All right.
No, I'm going to have a look first though, Constable.
A little bit unnecessary.
No, Constable.
Why is that?
It's unnecessary. You saying I'm overweight when you think I'm overweight.
I form an opinion.
No. Don't even start that one now.
No.
No.
I thought you were speeding. I have to form that opinion.
Revenue weight, gross weight, 3,500 kilograms.
But I need to know what your axles are.
3,500 kilograms is what I'm allowed.
That's the vehicle.
No, Constable.
I need to know what each individual axle is, and weighs in
well,
each
you best
individual axle.
Can you go and check up on your database, then, please?
No, I haven't got access. It's on your van.
Can you go and check up on your database, Constable?
I'm going to have to keep you here for an indefinite period then until you let me look at your van.
Well, that's as may be, Constable, but it's on the logbook and it says I'm 3,000.
Why are you being so unreasonable?
Because you're pulling me for something that hasn't happened, Constable.
As soon as the discussion turns to documents, the officer's earlier confidence evaporates. Jay refuses entry to the van, but provides the logbook, which clearly records the official weight of the vehicle. Instead of accepting that concrete evidence, the officer admits he is acting on assumption and casually says, "I form an opinion." That single statement exposes a core problem because an opinion is not proof and cannot override verified records or official databases already available. Jay even directs them to check their own system for accurate confirmation, yet he is met with threats of being held indefinitely and accused of being difficult. The situation is completely reversed because the person presenting facts is treated as the problem while the lack of evidence from the officers is ignored.
Blatantly hasn't happened.
Okay. How can I establish that without bringing you to somewhere like this?
Because you should already have this on your bits, Constable, whether you
No.
know whether people are
No.
or not.
Would you let me see the plate on your van? That will sort it out within 10 seconds and then you can go.
I don't trust you, Constable.
You don't what?
I don't trust none of your corporation, Constable.
You don't trust me?
No.
Why is that? What have I done to make you distrust me?
Well, several things what are going on recent in the papers and everything else.
Have
On
you
the
ever
news.
met me before?
It's nothing to do with that.
Have I ever met you before?
It's the name of
So
the
why should I
corporation.
treat you any different to anybody
It's the
else?
name of the corporation, Constable. I'm sorry.
Sorry?
It's not my fault. The name of the corporation has taken a bad name.
I don't understand what you're trying to tell me.
Your corporation has took a bad name for
What's my
make it-
corporation?
the police.
I need to know your axles.
No, it needs to know the weight of the whole thing.
Give me some axle weights.
It's
I
giving
need
the
to
weight of the
know-
whole thing. We'll weigh the whole van then.
I've just weighed your front axle.
Right.
I've weighed your rear axle.
Right.
Together is your overall weight.
Right.
But then each axle has a restriction on how much it can carry. And I need to know if the weights that it's told me are in excess of the weights that you're allowed to carry.
By now, the interaction has become persistence without any real purpose. Even with the paperwork reviewed and the van's weight clearly accounted for, the officer continues to push for access, as if simply getting inside is the real goal. Jay saying he doesn't trust the officer is not paranoia. It is a reaction to the way the stop has been handled from the very beginning. The sudden shift to checking axle weight only proves the point, because changing the focus only happens when the first claim has failed. The van has already been assessed as a whole, and inventing new theories is not enforcement. It is a tactic to prolong the stop after the original suspicion has already collapsed.
Determine that information. It is literally inside your door.
Yeah,
on a
inside the door.
sticker.
Inside the door, Constable.
Well, will you let me look at it?
I'm not obliged to let you in my vehicle, Constable, when you can do this
Okay.
from there. You can
Okay.
do this from there, Constable.
Sorry?
You can do this from there.
From where?
You know whether the whole van, if that back axle overweighs, it would weigh it total. It's not the axle, it's what's in on top of the axle.
But each axle has a restriction.
Whatever
on
is
its
sitting
weight.
on the back of that top axle
Right.
would overweigh that bridge if it was overweight in total. Absolute guaranteed.
But
I
each
understand how
axle-
weight bridges work.
Each axles can be different weights.
Right,
You're very light on your front.
right. So that's perfectly alright. So there's nothing wrong with the front. So now
You're heavy on your back.
No,
so
I'm
I need
not.
to know what it is on the back.
It's not over on the back, it's just proved it on there.
Sorry, it doesn't.
It just proved it, it just showed you the weight.
Yeah, but it doesn't tell me what you are.
Constable, if I put 10 tonne of weight on your shoulders, your body and the 10 tonne weigh. It's not just the axle. Please do not test my intelligence. Whatever's in the back will push down on the axle and
I
show
do
an axle
understand
weight.
that. I know the laws of physics.
Right, so exactly. So why
Okay.
can't you laws
But
of physics on there?
I still need to know.
No, you still need to
what
gain access
the
to my
weights
vehicle.
are.
That's what you're trying to gain access to.
I'm not trying to gain access. I'm just trying to get some information, which will get you out of here faster than you realise.
Nothing to
And
do
you're
with
just
getting
being
out of it. I'll sit here all day
awkward.
because I'm not being awkward, Constable.
Jay gets it right, and the officer clearly does not like it. He has no obligation to let anyone into his vehicle, yet somehow ends up explaining simple weight limits and basic common sense to the person insisting they have authority. When the facts do not bend, the officer changes tactics and calls him awkward, which is the oldest form of deflection. That label has nothing to do with behavior and everything to do with frustration. It is what gets used when someone refuses to give up their rights just to make the interaction easier. By calling Jay awkward, the officer is trying to turn rightful resistance into a character flaw, because it is easier than admitting the stop has completely lost any valid reason.
What are you worried about?
I'm not worried about it. Why
So why can't I look at it?
why are you saying I'm worried?
Sorry?
Why are you saying I'm worried?
Well, you
I'm
can't
not
even
worried.
allow me access to the van. What do you think I'm going to do when I open the door? Attack you or something?
I don't trust you. I don't trust
You
you.
don't trust me.
No.
What have I done to make you
Nothing
feel
what you do, Constable.
threatened?
It's the corporation.
What have I
People
done?
get maimed
What have
and
I
die
done to
in the
make
name
you
of
feel
that police
threatened?
name. People have been maimed and died, several in the last year,
Right.
under that name. So I'm staying this side of the door. You're all armed with weaponry.
I'll tell you what I'll do.
You're all armed with
I'll tell you what I
weaponry.
will do. I'll tell you what I'll do.
You're all armed
To
with
make it
weaponry.
easy for yourself.
You've got weaponry about your person.
What I'll
that
do,
can be used
what-
at will,
Give
Constable.
me a chance to talk.
Don't
What I'll
clench
do
your
to
fist
make
at
it
me.
easy for you, is I'll go over there, you have a look, you write it down, I'll even give you my pen.
No, it don't
You
matter.
write it down for me, and then I will come
The minute
nowhere
I
near
open this
you.
door, you'll be rifling through everything.
You
You'll be
want
doing.
my
No,
pen?
I don't trust you,
Use your
constable.
own pen, write it down for me.
I don't trust you, constable.
Sorry?
I don't trust you.
Because you're refusing to give me the information that I need.
It's nothing to do with the information. I'll give you the logbook to show you.
That question shifts responsibility onto the wrong person, because Jay does not owe anyone an explanation for saying no, especially when the stop itself is based on shifting assumptions that keep changing. Refusing access is not about fear. It is about protecting personal boundaries. Those boundaries matter even more when multiple officers are demanding entry without ever citing a clear legal power or reason. The imbalance is obvious. They have uniforms, radios, numbers, and the authority to detain, while he has paperwork and the right to keep his vehicle private. That right does not vanish simply because it is inconvenient for the officers. When repeated pressure replaces proper justification, standing firm is not evasive. It is the only way to prevent a stop from turning into a search through persistence rather than law.
Holding up another member of the public.
That just gives me the gross vehicle weight.
Right.
He's trying to do his job of work.
And what do you think I'm doing? Going about my business, constable? You're holding me up.
Refusing.
I'm not refusing. But I'll get out then.
Why would I want to do anything different?
Because your corporation live on corruption. I'm sorry, constable. That's the way it works. Right, so where's this super plate then? It isn't there. Absolute fallacy. You pulled me on the accusation I was overweight.
Would I be allowed to look under the
You
bonnet?
pulled me on the allegation I was overweight, and it's an absolute fallacy.
I've checked the weights, and you're within the limits that are allowed.
Right, thank you, constable. I just think this is a bit over the top. I've had a lot of bad
Fine,
press
then.
in Cambridge
Do you need
Police.
my details?
No, it's all right. I've got all everyone's numbers. I'm going. I'm going. I'm going.
What really sums up the situation is the officers blaming Jay for holding up the driver behind him when in fact they stopped both vehicles and created the delay themselves. Jay did not cause any holdup. Yet the blame is shifted as a tactic to pressure him into feeling responsible for a problem that exists only because of the stop. By the time he finally allows them to inspect the back of the van, it is not because they found anything new. It is because the stop has dragged on long enough to test patience. He had already provided the paperwork, explained the weight limits, and pointed them to checks they could have run from the beginning. Allowing the inspection does not validate the stop. It simply ends an interaction prolonged by stubbornness rather than facts. The final system check confirms the van is within limits exactly as Jay said, with no offense or follow-up, and he drives off. Viewed clearly, this was not officers catching a borderline issue. It was officers refusing to admit they were wrong, blaming Jay for delays they created, and stretching the stop until reality forced an end. If you found this breakdown useful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel and keep accountability in the spotlight. I am the Audit Assessor, and this was episode